it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go with Jacob Butter. Gotta go lefty.
No, we're talking about the players, the tournament champions into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. Welcome, bowlers, to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes on the Down Lane Bowling channel. How are you all doing tonight? Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. What?
Do you want to turn on the volume on your phone?
Shush your face.
It's going to bother my
Shut up.
thought process.
All right. Now you've totally screwed me up. The intro's ruined. Austin, let's run it back. What's up, guys? So tonight we got a lot to talk about, but before we do, Austin, how was your week this week?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Good.
Bowling went well. Besides Monday night.
Poopy?
Monday night wasn't good.
Poopy on
Monday
Monday?
night was really good.
Anthony had good Monday night.
Shot 10-20.
Yeah, I was 200 pins under that.
Yikes.
That's what I shot on Tuesday. I shot 600. I went from 1,000 on Monday to 600 on Tuesday. And I don't mean 6 something. I mean 600.
At least you averaged 200.
Oh, yeah. I was happy.
Perfect.
I was surprised. I was like, oh, I got to 600. What a night.
Very good. Congratulations. You've done well.
Whatever.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about tonight.
What are we going to talk about?
Well, let me tell you.
Well, hold on a second.
What?
You didn't tell us how your week went. You
whatever.
got a 300 Thursday night.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, you did. Then we drilled your new phase eye and it just hooks too much.
It hooks a boatload.
How much?
A whole boatload.
What's a boatload? Give me a measurement.
Aren't the ports closed?
Yeah, technically. So technically your ball doesn't hook.
I guess you could call me a scab then, because they hooked a boatload. Even on well, that pattern hooked a lot anyway. But I tried to. So I did drill the new phase AI, and it does roll really good, but it hooks like a lot.
Does it hook better than the reactive gloss stuff? Because we have a new polish on it now.
It's true. Power edge.
Power through the edge.
Good question. I'm trying to think of what
Attention
ball
star.
you could compare to. Yeah, but this is a much stronger cover, isn't it, than the Attention Star?
Okay.
I'm asking.
Lightning blackout.
I'm asking you a question.
Yeah. I mean, it's E-Trax versus TX16. I mean, E-Trax is probably a little bit weaker, but it's kind of in a similar range, I would say. It would be a comparable range, maybe.
Should throw last
yeah,
night.
I would say it's because E-Trax is on the cell. So, I mean, in my opinion, TX16
The XL?
On the Ion Pro and the Phase 2, the TX16's on. So I feel like they would be pretty kind of okay to compare.
Yeah, it's super strong. Like but because it is pearl and super shiny, it gets down the lane and then it just flips over
Really?
and just rolls hard.
You don't say.
It looks super funky going down the lane.
It does.
Makes Kyle rev rate look like 3.
I don't like funky colors. I'm not in love with the funky color, but either way, the ball rolls really good. But I'm waiting for some more volume because it definitely needs some oil. Like I shot 680 on Tuesday with it.
Left foot in the left gutter, throwing it to the gutter, and he left the stone 9.
I forced myself to use it. But it still was fine. I still, averaged enough with it. But
Wasn't no 300 like he had last week with the lightning blackout.
Fine. Lightning blackout is a stupid good ball.
Really?
It gets down the lane, but it's nice and smooth. It doesn't like flip over super hard.
So do you see the phase AI being longer than the lightning blackout, or do you see it being earlier and sharper or later and sharper? Because obviously you're saying the lightning blackout's smooth.
It is as soon as it sees friction, it flips and goes.
Which one?
The AI, the phase.
Okay, what about the blackout?
That's more of a smooth, continuous reaction for a pro ball. Like but I guess when it gets out of the oil is when it starts to, for the blackout, when it starts to actually read, but it reads slower.
Okay.
For sure.
Smoother, more C motion than B. Thanks, Scott. Thanks for your ball review.
You're welcome.
Be a lookout on the ball review, as mine should be here tomorrow, and Austin should be here. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if Austin's going to have one.
I get one?
We'll see.
Well, we could do a 2 righties, 2 lefties review. 2 separate videos.
That's what I was going to do, is Tale of Two Phases.
So anyway, we've got a lot to talk about. Well, the first thing to talk about are all of these.
Kyle's joining the tour.
No, all of these internet drilling companies lately offering super low cost drilling. And I don't know what kind of product they're putting out. Not the actual bowling ball product, but what kind of quality drilling product are they actually putting out?
Well, what are you talking about? You talking about the 2-fingered thing? You talking about what do you?
All of it. I mean, there's one website, right, that they offer small, large, extra large, medium, for $8 or something, or $10 or whatever.
Yeah, I think they take it off like
You're
a house
talking
ball.
about hole size?
Yes.
Yeah, like you go off a house ball. Like house balls, if you go in, they've got like a small, medium, large.
Yeah.
So bigger hands, you get XL or whatever. But typically they're on heavier bowling balls. So I'm assuming they do the same size where they just pick. They just slap holes in it. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know really. I'm guessing a medium is like a 4-inch span or a 3.5-inch span with medium size holes.
And then you got like buddies doing the $10 two-hander drill.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, I don't really understand how that works with your 3-fingered players. You're going to charge your 3-fingered guys $40 more at minimum. I guess it might take a little bit more time to drill, but I think that the 2-handed is more technical.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Like, forget about the price, which, is a problem for the pro shops, and the company can do whatever it wants. It can sell whatever product you want. But I'm talking from the bowler perspective. Like, why would anybody in their right mind buy a bowling ball offline and then say, hey, while you're at it, why don't you drill it? And like, what specs are they using? Does the company even know what their specifications are as far as rev rate, tilt, axis rotation?
I believe Buddies does have a system where you send your specs in or you send your stuff in.
Oh, nice. Who did that for them?
Right, the pro shop.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure you have to send it into them and then they take care of it that way. But I don't know. I guess it's interesting. As a house bowler, my personal opinions go to your pro shop, because if you're bowling on the house shot there, they typically know what's going to roll well. Yep. Like, for example, somebody comes in and they want to bowl 2-handed, or they are bowling 2-handed and they need a ball. We're probably going to go, obviously, depending on their rev rate, like we'll watch them, but we're about 41, 42 feet here, I believe. So, like my nephew is just drilled a star for when they hook a lot. And, I think the Ion Pro is a very good ball for 2-handed. It's a little smoother. It's not super early. It's not super late. It's kind of right in the middle for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's kind of like 2 balls that I feel as if I could really just dump on somebody here, and I know they're going to be pretty good regardless. But I mean, if they don't know, then I guess they don't know. I mean, you're
talking about the bowler. If the bowler doesn't know, then
they don't know what they're bowling on. They don't know layouts and stuff, or they don't know their specs, and they just say just drill it. I mean, I guess I could see where it'd be a problem. Like
I can see from the societal standpoint, it's, I guess, a little deeper than bowling, but like, I guess it's the way of the world, right? Like, what's up, Richie Manzer? I hope Vegas is treating you kindly. Hope the dollar bills are filling your pocket.
$100 bills.
Joey D, not third. Joey D number
That's
2.
Number 2.
Joey D number 3 is bowling tonight with that attention star.
He left his chamois here again. Doing real good. That's 4 times in a row.
Look at he doesn't even know that his son drilled the attention star.
Well, I texted him and I said, please don't be mad at me. And he goes, just drill it. He didn't even know the context. I just said, don't be mad at me.
Joey's an adult now, okay?
Listen, I just...
JD3 is an adult now.
Don't want him to... Man, my hand up. I'm losing more hair as we talk.
So what I'm getting at from the bowler's perspective is, like I said, it's the way of the world. Everything's the internet. You order your food.
I don't do
and
that.
It shows. I'm just saying, society.
I pick that stuff up.
They order their food. It shows up on their doorstep. They don't even talk to the driver of the car, for crying out loud. It literally just shows
drop
up
on my door.
Yeah, you get an alert on your phone.
Send the picture.
Yep.
Stephanie do that?
No, God, no.
Not yet.
No.
I don't know if they'd come up your driveway.
Probably not. So why not bowling balls, right? Except for the fact that we talked to one of our friends today who has a pro shop himself, and he was saying how one of these customers of one of these websites brought the bowling ball to him And, paraphrasing here, but basically like, oh, I bought this bowling ball and it was supposed to be drilled for me. And then it doesn't fit that well. And I think it was just like super sized for his hand and conventional. Like it just was.
If
totally
it was
wrong.
conventional, I think it was drilled as a medium. And that's not a joke.
Size medium.
I'm pretty sure the guy selected medium.
Can you drill me a medium, please?
That's what it was.
Super size me.
That's literally what it was. He said
Ridiculous.
medium, and they drilled it a medium, and then he said, "Can you put grips in it?" And they were like, "I don't know if you can put hand in it."
All right, so Deke is saying buddies has you send a ball you like, and they drill it off that, but just because it feels good doesn't mean it's right. Ask Brian Leclerc, is what he said.
I mean, I would assume that that's what we were talking about earlier, where they send your specs in.
Right.
I'm sure I think Bowler X and also Bowler Smart maybe does that or whoever. I know Bowler X does that and Buddy's Pro Shop. They're kind of like the two leading drilling selling.
One like bowling.com or bowlingball.com or something does it too.
Yeah,
that's the one with the small, medium, large.
Yeah, right. So, I'm sure that it can do that. Yeah, I just prefer people to come see me. I mean, but like Deke said, guy.
Just because
it feels good to you.
It feels right doesn't mean that it's right. Right. So or feels good doesn't mean that it's right.
Well, what is tell me what right is then?
Is it getting through the pins the right way? Is it getting down the lane?
Jacob Butter throws a conventional.
Fair enough.
So if somebody saw him, they'd be like, man, your grip's all whack, but yet the guy is pretty darn good.
It's right for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Is the person actually throwing it well? Are they scoring well?
I'm not going to disagree with you there, but I mean, if they're bowling really well and their grip technically sucks, well, why change it if you keep winning?
Right, I agree.
So like if they just are like, hey, I'm bowling really good, and boom, you want to do that, fine. I mean, I'm sure in Deke's situation, he's a little bit more, I think, of a, you bowl a little bit more on the PBA and stuff. So you're a little more, I would say, of a tinkerer, or I'm trying to get it to maximize my potential so I can see where. You
mean change your pitch like a 16th or go from ovals to lifts or CLT to straight up and down?
Really trying to get the maximum performance out of there. I can see where Deke goes and does that. I mean, but I guess if you're just a house guy and you're doing well and whatever, it might be a little bit less important. But I think that, like I said, I'll stand by my statement earlier. The two-handed drilling for $10 for me is a little bit crazy. Just because it's way more technical. Yeah, it takes 30 seconds to drill.
To pop the holes in. That's the easy part.
But
putting them in the right spot.
Exactly.
Well, the layouts are so much more technical. We were talking about that with our Pro Shop guys the other day. And, you got to know 2LS, and then you got to know the PAL system. I think it's or pin to COG, whatever they call it now. They have a few different systems. And then if you drill the fingers deeper, it lowers the RG even further. But how much do you want to lower the RG on a low RG ball? So now, I used to drill 3 inches, but then for each finger. So I was lowering the RG because there's no thumb hole. But now they're saying, well, you don't really need to do too much of that because you can just do it in the layout with 2LS. So you don't actually want to drill the fingers deeper because it's laid out with the lightning arc. However, they did it to take an account for that. So you're only supposed to drill just the grip depth on those now. But back in the day, the symmetricals, I would drill 3 inches because there is no mass bias. But on the ASIMs, I would. Right. Now I just do 1.5 inches on each finger now to keep the RG a little bit higher because the 200 spin it.
But forget about layout. How about the tracks on some of the balls? Like you've got some guys that are two-handers that would look like a normal 3/4 roll, like with your thumb in it, where it's like next to the
not many
fingers.
of them are like that.
I'm just saying, like you can see that, you can find it, and then you can find them going across.
Yeah, Joey's
their entire finger grip.
So Tommy is left-handed, or my cousin. He's two-handed.
Tommy Two Toes.
He literally rolls it like a full roller. And I guess, all two-handed. No, but like he's literally parallel with the grips because he turns his hand in the ball. So he turns his hand so his rotation is literally underneath the grip. It's super wacky.
Right.
And then there's my nephew who throws it a little bit more, just his hand sits on the back of it. And his actually goes, if his grips are here, and his ring finger's on the screen here. This is his ring finger where my pinky is. His track he tracks right over the pinky or my ring finger on the first like flare or two, and then he comes off of it. But Tommy is completely opposite. He's like underneath. So there's Deke. Brian changed my pitches by over 1/2 inch of my thumb, and the finger suggestion was from Brandon. Yeah, I can see that because they seen you bowl too, so they kind of know exactly what you're looking for.
And that's exactly what I'm getting at is those websites are not sitting there watching you bowl. And the pro shop operator who usually does it for nothing, like except for lessons, but like they're going to watch you throw it to make sure that the layout, the spans, the pitches, all of the above are correct for how you're throwing it or what you're trying to make the ball do on a certain in a certain situation. And you're just not going to get that online. And I understand, like, we're probably talking about the 1% of people that actually tournament bowl. But even for these guys, when I'm pointing at the league bowlers, if it shows up in your mailbox, that's a big mailbox, by the way. But if it shows up on your front step,
yeah, I was just saying that.
If it shows up on your front step, what if your thumb doesn't fit? What if your finger grips aren't right?
You go to
where
your
are you going to
pro
go?
shop,
Right, and now you've got to pay again because, well, although I do know places that probably would be like, oh, I'll fix it for you.
I do,
and then, but probably not charge enough. But they should be charged like a full drilling fee because you know what, you should have seen them in the first place, in my opinion.
I try to let that kind of just roll off.
Yeah. You let the stuff roll off.
You kind of hope they come to you the next time.
I guess so. Why did you do it in the first place, right?
Well, I mean, you know, the convenience.
Some people just don't know.
Well, that happened to me one week. Somebody's like, I didn't know you sold bowling balls here. And I'm like, oh, you didn't see the 20 bowling balls that I have inside or
bowling
outside?
has been around for 100 years, and there's been pro shops and bowling alleys for probably 70 of those years.
Kyle,
or maybe 99 of them.
The IQ of the masses in the last 20 years
changed.
Okay, we're not trending the right way for that.
How about this? Do you guys remember when Dick's Sporting Goods used to sell bowling balls?
Yeah,
and you could actually get them drilled there.
I never knew you could get them drilled there.
Oh yeah, they used to drill them.
Really?
There. But it would basically be the same thing as the website. House ball, 3 holes done. It's close. Don Harrington says you get what you pay for, but it could hurt bowling with incorrect fits. Yeah, I 100% agree with that too, Don. You do get what you pay for, especially even locally. You get what you pay for. Sometimes, you know, if you have a low cost pro shop or pro PSO or whatever. But I don't mean locally here. I mean locally in your own town. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that sound like I was saying anybody's bad.
Kyle's coming after Anthony.
But no, I'm just saying, you know, you get what you pay for at home too. But at least, again, they're right there. They can fix your stuff for you. And you're not relying on some stranger in a warehouse popping 3 holes. Who is that guy? Who drills the balls?
Yeah,
it's probably a robot at this point.
How do you know that the people in their local area are reputable? Like, who knows that? Like, who would think
you could
that
be out in the middle of nowhere?
I'm reputable. Like, who was like, oh, I'll go to the him.
No, I never said you were reputable.
That's what I'm saying. But like, who would be like, oh, I'm not even saying I am. I'm just saying that, what if they don't have anybody who's like, oh, he bowls tournaments, or they just have their some random guy, and what if they don't trust that guy? So they think that the guys on the internet who they see on YouTube and stuff might know. Like, for example, like Bowler X says J.R. Raymond, but I don't know what he does. But if he measures, if he takes specs or whatever, but how would you know? Would you have to go out there and see him, or would you have to, like, I don't know, go on a Zoom call? Like, what if you're trying to get a correct fit, but the guy's never seen you before and you don't have anybody in your area? That means, are you going to go to the internet and try? Or would you rather drive an hour and a half or 2 hours?
Yeah.
You know, what's more convenient for the person at that cost? You know, what would you do?
Well, I think
I'm not even saying I'm reputable. I'm just saying, like, if you couldn't go here or to Revolutions or wherever, where else would you?
Well, I think for the most part, if you're a tournament bowler, you're going to make the drive because you want that fit. But if you're just a house bowler, and I mean, no one's driving 2 hours just to get a bowling ball drilled unless, like, they really wanted to for some reason.
Yeah.
Especially when they're offering it for that cheap online.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, for a two-handed ball to be $10, I mean, shoot, why not?
Well, the drilling, $10. Yeah.
What's the worst that happens?
And let's be honest here. You know, they're going to strike with anything anyway.
I mean, I don't know if they'll strike with it, but, you know, if you got to change pitches, at least you have a ball and you can just flip flop, bang, bang, done. You don't have to worry about the thumb or the fingers or the span.
True.
Just freaking pitch plug it. It takes 15 minutes, and then you just go back through the hole with different pitches, and you're done. And then what's that going to charge you? $30 to plug it. So you just basically got $40.
Yeah.
You just paid it for it. You paid a normal drilling fee at the regular shop, anyways. And then if they did it, and then you had to plug it, now it's going to be more. I mean, I'm really talking myself out of business.
Yeah, but if you have to plug it, you're talking about another $50, $60. If you drill them, or
Well,
if
it's
you,
just two
if you-
fingers.
Oh,
And
just
if
2 fingers. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
And if your pro shop's busy, that could take a week to get done. You know.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I typically you use the quick plug. I only charge people like $10 for them. Just do that. If you're just a 2-finger guy, just a quick like a finger pitch, because it doesn't really take any skill or effort. It just takes 15 seconds to mix it, throw it in, and then do what you're doing. Wait 20 minutes and then re-drill it. It takes another 2 seconds.
Yeah. If you're using quick plug.
Yeah, but then you hope that I guess they would come to you next time, anyways, right?
Well, that would be the goal, I guess. Maybe they're bringing you business. Maybe they do such a poor job that they bring you business.
Well, how do you know it's a poor job?
Well, I'm just using that one example of
Okay.
of the I just wanted grips in this, but it's a conventional layout.
Maybe one of our viewers has done it, and they can let us know how.
Deke,
It sounds like Deke did,
Deke went to Buddies, and then now he goes to.
but
Brian,
Buddy's is kind of close. No, I don't want to say close,
Buddies is
but
2.5, right?
yeah, but he's a little closer than we are.
Well, Brian's probably closer than 2.5 hours.
Yes, 100%.
Well, and Deke's from a little bit south here.
Yes. Yeah, they're out in like Jersey, I think, right?
Goat Juice first in the chat. Whoop whoop. Maybe in
the
YouTube.
YouTube chat.
Yeah, the YouTube chat. What's up, Goat Juice? We got a few guys on Facebook turning it up right now.
Turn it up.
So anyway, that's what I was going at. I was just saying, use
What
your
do you
local.
think?
Here's what I'm saying: use your local guys, just like every other business that you're losing to the big box store, if you will. Use your local guys. They're here all the time, working their butts off. They've got the bowling balls. You can get them if they don't have a huge stock. They can get what you want in a day. It's going to take that long to get to your doorstep anyway from the website.
Usually it's a day or two, depending on when it ships from.
Right. I'm just saying, it's not going to take as long as, you think, just because you have to drive there one night or something. Get your hand fit the right way.
Especially if
go
you
to your
schedule
pro
it.
shop. Especially if what?
Especially if you schedule it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do schedules.
How's that work out?
Not bad.
Added to.
Usually I run a little bit behind schedule because I'm trying to make sure I do everything right. But I do actually have a schedule. I have it on my iPad now.
What's up, Jacob Smith? Is this the same Jacob Smith that I saw got married this week?
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations, Jake.
Is this why you're not bowling tournament club this weekend, or are you still taking your time off? And we were talking about your fit, and we were talking here. Maybe you should come.
Maybe he went to Buddies.
Get your second opinion. No, I know he went to Louisville for a refit. So hopefully he can come down and bowl this year. He said he got a refit or whatever. Wasn't bowling great. So hopefully I see you again, Jacob. I don't see your name on the tournament club list or your dad's.
You guys better sign up.
Is he not on the master list, the roster?
I didn't see it, but I've talked to him earlier. He's not sure if he's he just got married, so maybe he's taking a few days
All right,
off.
here we go. Worst mistake.
He's got
getting bowling in the way, but not bowling in the way, getting the wife in the way of the bowling.
No, he's got to take care of the cows, dude.
Just kidding. That's true. Big man farmer. Big time farmer.
He's a big guy, too.
Yes, giant.
He probably moves the cattle. That's how he gets so big.
He could probably pick them up.
I can see it.
Throw him over his shoulder. Those farm boys, man.
They don't need a skid steer. They just need Jake.
Freaking great guy.
Anyway, go to your pro shop. That's all I'm saying. Go to your local pro shop, your local business, just like anywhere else, your grocery store or whatever.
Are you an Amazon shopper, Kyle?
Yes.
I do not use Amazon as much as most people.
Dude, I'm not the guilty one here, though. Do you know how many packages show up at my doorstep unknown to me?
For the bowling alley or
both?
There's a
house.
There's a package at our house every day of the week.
Yes. It's insane how many packages show up on our front door.
And most of the time they get returned.
Last thing
that was the other thing I was going to say. Like, how many packages from Amazon do you have to send back because it's broken or wrong or whatever? But so same thing I was saying before, like it comes in wrong. You're gonna have to get it fixed or you got to send it back. I mean, it seems silly to me. Like, anyway, it's a bowling. Do you get your golf clubs online? Maybe you do. I don't know.
Some people do.
I did.
But then you got to get them. But it depends if you get fitted or not.
Yeah. Did you get them sized right?
Nope.
No wonder why you're shooting 95s.
Actually,
is that too low?
The new clubs made me better.
Oh, good.
New clubs always make you better. Every golfer will say that.
Instead of
Like
a
a new bowling
lesson,
ball.
get a new golf club. I can't hit it out of the sand very well, but this new sand
Dude,
wedge is going to be better.
I hit it out of sand great last weekend.
One time I played with Kyle, I did.
Dude, that was a wild shot. That was a good shot.
Just gotta get low.
No,
Get low and swipe.
oh no. Jacko tells me not to hit the ball, so I just try not to hit it.
He's like, I'm just gonna whack this thing out of the sand. Whack.
It worked every
It worked
time.
really good.
I think 2 or 3 times. And
Yep.
we chipped in for 15.
Yeah, baby.
We thought we were going to win the tournament for the first 5 minutes.
Dead last.
Not even close. We might have came in behind dead last.
Yeah.
We had a good time, though.
Yeah.
Me and Kyle have been tossing around this new idea. And
Oh, right. I forgot about
figured
this.
we'll get to it halfway through the show, and then Kyle can run his ad.
It is 7:30 almost.
His mid-time ad break. So I've been seeing on Instagram, there's a couple accounts popping up that are doing reviews of people throwing bowling balls, rating their swing, rev rate, all that stuff. So I wanted to pitch the idea of having our fans send in some videos for us to live react to and give some advice. Maybe
Deke, you're number 1. Don, you're number 2.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to throw urethane.
But yeah, just an idea. If anyone's interested,
Yeah, and just be aware, fair
could
warning.
be good or bad.
Yeah,
I'm not good. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, this has nothing to do with us giving you proper advice. This is us maybe giving you completely incorrect. We're just hilarious, making fun of you advice.
But
that guy's shirt looks really nice.
I'd
But
say,
the rest of it, I don't know.
if you guys are interested, I would send all the clips through our Instagram.
Oh yeah, then you just send it that way instead of the email. That'd be way worse.
Oh yeah.
Send it
all through Instagram.
Down Lane Pod Bowling. What is it? Oh, it's right there. Down Lane Bowling on Instagram.
You don't even know what our Instagrams is?
I forgot because I just changed it. I couldn't
He
remember.
rebranded himself and he forgot.
I think I'm gonna bowl good tonight.
Great. So, moving on. Before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Check out those ball reviews that have been posted. Also, don't forget to check out the Etsy shop where you can get some.
I got to design some shirts.
Starting this again this year?
Well, I've got the iPad now with the little thing my sister bought.
Oh, that's true.
Now I can put Nick Harris's face on a few.
What, you get you a stylus or something?
No, I've got. I can just do different lettering fonts.
Oh, lettering fonts.
It's Adobe now.
Wow. You're fancy.
You shot 300 with a black hammer 78.
Wow. Deke, Mr. Anti-Urethane.
I'm proud of you.
Anti-urethane, used urethane. Was that at the
Shut up, Kyle. Just
PBA
be proud
50
of him
tournament?
For a
I want to know if that was at
Let
the
him
PBA 50
have his
tournament.
moment.
I thought he was throwing the red one.
No, he did.
He did have the red one. He did.
He probably had both. I guarantee you he threw that one. I'm proud of you.
I'm just saying he did have a red one.
I don't care about the red one. He
one.
shot 300.
Oh my God, we're having a conversation.
I want to give him the spotlight.
We're trying. We can't
get
stop
him
talking.
I know. That's why you guys won't shut up. I mean, geez, let him. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Deke. I still want to know where it was.
He'll get to it. He's probably typing.
I know. So yes, follow the channel, follow the Instagram, follow the Facebook and the X or whatever it's called now.
The tweet machine.
The tweet box. And keep up to date with Downlane Bowling Channel. We will have a new review coming out soon for the Phase AI. Righties and lefties this time. All right. Next topic is up this week. Announced by the USBC.
Dun, dun, dun.
They are changing some rules for the 2026 Open Championships.
That's great.
So 2025 stays the same. Baton Rouge stays the same. 2026 in you want to Reno or Vegas? I can't remember. Reno. Okay, I did get it right. They're changing the divisions a little bit. The division averages. They're changing the ages or not ages, but the age for your PBA status and the college status too.
I wonder how much of that they actually get
junior
right.
team.
Oh yeah, and if you're a member of Junior Team
Junior
USA.
team is exempt now.
Yep.
How much of that do they actually get right though?
How do you mean? Like actually check it?
Yeah.
Like confirm it?
Congrats, D. You got the regional. Hopefully you get a ring for that. Well, yeah, because I've been a PBA member for 2 years now, and mine never pops up.
PBA member, not a PBA champion.
So my question to you is, why do Matt Fizzone's foul
membership show up?
Yep.
I don't know.
And mine doesn't show up. So how do they actually know?
You check the box that you're a PBA member.
Why would I do
on
that?
Your green sheet.
Why would I do that if they don't have it registered the right way? It's not my fault.
You're still supposed to check it on the green sheet, just like you put your average in.
Yeah. Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. If they can't get it right, it's not my fault. I did all the paperwork. If they can't do it,
he does have a valid point.
They should know.
I'm just saying, did he put it on the green sheet?
Yeah, of course I did.
All right.
But it doesn't matter. How do you get it wrong?
They don't care about that.
Yeah, like it makes no sense.
I don't know how they confirm it in the backside.
So if I didn't check it, they'd have no idea. Not like I'm a not like it really makes a difference because I still stink. But I'm just saying that.
No.
I'm just saying that if I'm a member for the PBA and I have to put my number in, then why doesn't the USBC have me register into the right thing? So they don't even double check themselves.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I mean, we've definitely already verified that with the whole
the bracket problem.
Yeah,
that's why the freaking money's going up because they can't figure it out.
So, and that was the other thing is the increase of the entrance fees,
all to the prize fund supposedly.
Yeah, but I mean, who gives a crap about the prize fund at that point?
Yeah, why do you not give a crap about the prize fund?
If I can get an extra $50 for my 1,000th place finish, I'm happy.
But you're paying another 50 to get the 50, so it's a wash.
I know,
35. 35.
They're gonna start pricing people out eventually with the rate. They haven't had a raise.
I do agree with that.
They raised it a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And they hadn't raised it for 5 or something years before that.
Right. So in 2 years we need to re-raise it again.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just do it right the first time?
Okay. Just like I've said before about
USBC, I know.
Settle down. No, I'm not talking about USBC. But just like I said before about tournament prize funds, including the PBA, including local, they have stayed the same for decades now.
Well, PBA still hasn't figured that out yet either.
I understand. So
even though I don't want the prize fund,
but where is the money going to come from? It's not just going to magically appear.
What money do you want from regional or from the nationals?
I am just saying, if people want more money, or if they want more money in the prize fund, that's where it's got to come from.
Has that come from the?
Also, do you think somebody that has won? All right,
do you think that
a couple of questions?
Really
Hang on a second. Do you think that the person that wins a 10,000 person tournament,
you're gonna say, doesn't deserve more money?
More than $10,000.
You get 10K to win.
Depending on how many entries there are, it's roughly plus or minus.
So the winner of the tournament gets $10,000.
The singles, yes. If you win singles,
that's plenty.
If I'm remembering this right,
plenty.
It's $10,000.
What the freak do you need more money than that?
Also, I mean, it is
technically like
10,000. You beat 10,000 people.
Amateur tournament you can go to.
Yeah, that's great and all, but what's wrong with 10K?
Nothing is wrong with it. Just like you say, what's wrong with $1,000 for bowling for 3 days?
Well, like that's a little ridiculous. Right. I told you that, but I mean, you bowl 2 days or 1 and you're gone. I mean, you don't have to stay.
I get it, but you still have to spend $1,000 to get there.
More than likely, if you win, you probably load it up in brackets because the guys who win don't load up in brackets. So you probably walked out with. I'm just going to take a stab at 20,000. So what's wrong with a $10,000 swing on $200?
Or they can load up the bottom end of the prize fund too. Instead of getting $100, you can get $200.
Why do you need more money from the bottom end? You already had it. Why do you need more? Just pay out more spots.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you just said the lower guy gets $200.
Yeah, whatever. I'm saying you pay more towards the bottom, not all at the top.
They already pay out enough. They pay 1 in 5. What's wrong with 1 in 5?
I don't know.
What do you do? 1 in 4?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with 1 in 5.
Well, 1 in 5, I think is correct. I mean, I think that the amount, if you win, you get 10,000 is completely fine. But that's
now. How about teams? Now you got a 5-man team, and each guy wins roughly $5,000.
Okay.
For winning against 50,000 people.
Best, yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. I got the number wrong. It's not 10,000 people. It's 10,000 teams. 50,000 bowlers for singles, and so for beating 10,000 teams, $5,000.
It's not a professional tournament.
So what?
You're not making a living off of it. It's just another tournament.
So
why do you need more money than that?
You can make $2,000 in a weekend locally.
Okay.
Or 20,000 in your case. And
I got lucky.
Everybody gets lucky every once in a while.
I got lucky once. That's probably all that'll happen. Just fine.
But why not? What's wrong with having more money in the prize fund? That I don't understand.
Well, my question to you is, where's all the money going to go? What do you mean you need more money in the prize fund? Why don't they divvy it up differently instead?
They didn't describe how it's going to be.
Exactly my point. So you're really not going to get any more money because our division is the smallest division, or it might be the second smallest. The biggest increase is going to be from the middle.
It's going to change next year.
So my question to you is, why do we need to have more money in the entry fee? Why don't we just make it different. Yeah, there's 40,000 teams here and 50 and only 30,000 teams in the higher division. Why don't you just take some money from the 40 and give it to the other one? Because at the end of the day, it's more prestigious for the guys who are higher up. Most of the middle people to the low people don't even go to bowl. I mean, maybe they do, but they know they're not going to – it's not as prestigious. They didn't win.
Well,
they didn't win. They just won their division. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you stack it up at the top, all those people that know they don't have a shot just aren't going to go.
I'm not saying stack it up at the top. What I'm saying is if your biggest division is the middle division and you have 50,000 teams, well, why aren't you putting more to where it's more prestigious to the higher end because they actually won the tournament?
Well, they have to put more into the more prestigious division because there's fewer bowlers, so they have to take prize fund away from
why don't they
middle and lower.
Why don't they just continue to feed it the right way then? Because at the end of the day, they actually won the tournament. So why don't we just do the one giant tournament and then there's a middle ground, or there's three separate other small ones or whatever you want to do, or two separate small ones. Everybody's in regular, but once the tournament's over, you just go into your division. You get like a sub prize. That's what it should be.
We're hard froze.
I know we are hard froze.
So you're saying that everybody should bowl regular division.
Yep.
And then they'll re-rate it and do it all after the fact, so you don't know where you stand?
I mean, you'll know where you stand because you'll have it going on, but it shouldn't be – the main tournament should be the Open Championships. It should be one division. And then there's the extra divisions, the regular and the standard and the stupid, whatever it's called, the classified. They should just be a smaller event where the prize fund isn't nearly as large. And then you should get paid out based on the regular. So if you're in the standard, but you bowled awesome and you got more money in the regular, you just get your regular prize fund, and then that gives another spot for the standard person. Another standard person gets paid.
They can't even figure out brackets.
Yeah, you should have to register which division you're going to be in. I don't understand. Like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense
registering your division. That's stupid too.
I get what Anthony's saying.
It's completely stupid.
You're still going to be in the division, but if you were to bowl, if you were to place better in the other division,
you'd get more money.
The higher one, you'd get that money instead of the lower division.
Yeah,
I get what he's saying.
I get it.
I just think they'd royally messed that up so many times.
Yeah, they already do now.
Well, I'm just saying that it would be easier. So everybody technically bowls in the regular division. And that will just be – that's the most money.
Why would you reward the higher division from the lower division? It's not a socialist tournament.
No, it's not a socialist tournament. But if you're looking to actually put real money for the people who actually compete at the highest level, that's the best way to do it. Because then what are you going to do? You're gonna be like, oh, everybody's in one division. Well, you'll lose more than half your entries. So if you're giving the most likely, the person in the lower division is not going to go up and – absolutely whack them in the higher division. It just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it might happen every once in a while.
Very great while, sure.
Yeah, then give them the money they deserve. They actually bowled really well, but make the subdivision whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if they bowled well, they'll want to make the standard division. They'll want to come in first there instead. Maybe it'll be more money, but just give them wherever their more money is. That's all I'm saying. There shouldn't be multiple events. It's stupid. It should be one event. And then the two lower divisions should be, they should just be like side events for those people. And if they don't make it, there's just a pot put aside for those divisions and you get a smaller amount. So that way there's an actual bigger money at the end of it. So there is more money. There's no need to raise the prize fund. X amount goes to these divisions. X amount goes to this division. Boom. Solve the problem.
Okay, but who gets to drop down into those divisions?
It's the same freaking thing. It's the same average thing.
So
just take the money and distribute it differently.
So if you have a lower average, you get the opportunity to be saved and cash in a lower division. But if you have a higher average, you can only bowl in the regular division.
Yeah, makes sense.
But they get to bowl in two.
Why not?
Because exactly what I just said. Actually, the lower averages get to bowl in two, and then the lowest average only gets to bowl. Or no, the lowest average gets to bowl in two or three divisions.
Doesn't matter. All they can do is bowl in two. What's the big difference?
Yeah, my point is it doesn't make any sense why one group would only be allowed in one division, but everybody else gets to two or three tries to cash.
Okay, so you're going to take a guy like you. You want to bowl in standard?
No.
You want to bowl for less money? No, you want to bowl with big boys. So you're going to bowl in one division because you're good enough.
Yeah, but obviously the other 90% are going to want to try to do.
And like we said,
have cash in anything that they possibly
and like we
can.
said, the standard division more than likely will not even get to the point where they cash more. I mean, maybe a few guys will a year, but it's not going to be substantially different. If the guy shoots 680, let's just say he came in 20th in his standard one, or he actually bowled 700 or whatever, but he came in like 400th in regular, and that gives him $300. But he came in whatever.
So it sounds like you're more unhappy that the top bowlers in the standard and classified division get paid more than
that's my point.
The medium or higher bowlers in the standard division.
I don't know if the lowest division gets paid more, but the biggest division is the middle one.
I haven't checked the prize fund since last year, but I'm pretty sure that the top teams, top singles, top doubles, almost all close make a similar amount of money back.
Well, it shouldn't be.
If they win.
It shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying.
Deke says that's like wiping before you poop.
Listen, if you want to, that's fine. You guys can say whatever you want. It's fine. The USBC's got it backwards anyways, so it's not like my idea is
I would
worse.
I would tend to agree with you on that.
My idea is not any worse.
If you came back next week with an ironed out version of what you're saying today,
which I'm not going to do.
I don't expect you to, but I'd probably agree with you.
I'm just saying that more than likely the standard and the classified people will not score in the cashing range for regular. So what are you guys worried about? That's like saying, Kyle, oh, the PBA should have a bigger field. What are they worried about? Well, it's the same thing with regular. What are you worried about? I'm going to beat all the standard and all the classified people. That's my mentality going out there. If I lose to them, it's my fault.
Well, I'm not agree with the mentality. I'm not necessarily worried about losing to them. I'm worried about losing half of the participation.
Agree with that too.
Due to it, like we're gonna ask them to pay $250, and they just come out and throw 9 games and leave for 1,000.
Yeah, the 9. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be for 1,000, but it's gonna be it's gonna be obviously prorated. But
listen, I mean,
you're raising it to. You're not gonna make any more money in our division. No, it's pointless.
But here's the thing about the money. You can't just keep charging the same thing over and over when the cost of the tournament keeps going up and up and up. Just like the cost of doing business in every aspect of the world goes up.
I agree with that. But in the same sentence, they're saying the increase is literally just going to prize fund.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're not taking more expenses out of the rest.
That's very true. They didn't.
The $10 only means, yes, it's going to the prize fund, but that doesn't mean
they're not increasing
200 out of the 240 of the total tournament fee. This doesn't go to expenses.
This $10 could make it the same. It could make it the same amount. If they're increasing the expenses,
the same prize fund,
it's exactly the same ratio.
But their expenses are just way higher.
Yeah, they're just increasing the expenses and putting it in the prize fund, so you don't really know that it's different. And they're saying it's all going to the prize fund as smoke and mirrors to make it seem like it's not a big deal, but they're not even giving us a ratio.
Of course, but
but they're not giving us they're supposed to, because they're supposed to be.
Yes, there is the yearly breakdown, but they don't have to do it ahead of time.
Why not?
They have, because the
I want to know my entry.
The rules are that it's got to be disclosed by the end of the tournament.
No. It has to be disclosed before as a sanctioned event. You must know where your money is going on the entry form.
I'm sure they disclose it every year.
Oh, you mean
he's got to put it on there.
So X amount of
he doesn't
have
to now. He just
not right now.
Has to
yes,
disclose
by time of
entry.
Starts. Right.
You do realize
by time of entry.
Oh,
yes.
It needs to be up by the time you can register.
Yeah, next year.
March. It has to be up in March.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever it is, when the registration opens for 2026, they must have it out there.
Yeah.
And if they don't, I'll call Chad.
You should.
Oh, I will call him out on it because I think the raise is stupid.
So
I'm sorry, but you know how business works. That you can't just magically do business at the same amount, at the same price, every single day, every single year.
Can I ask you a question?
And not expect the prize fund to go down.
That's fine, but can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you think they shop around prices or no?
Well, when they do the convention centers and stuff, they do bidding.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. I understand that.
They'll get a bid for this city or that city or that city, whoever gives them the best.
But like, price. Are they even we go to Vegas? I understand that, whatever, blah blah blah. But like, is there like a negotiation?
Being that they
they might have contracts.
They have to have contracts because
sure they do.
Being that they go to South Point and Reno every
other year,
whatever years, they're not negotiating or not. Sorry, they're not negotiating. They're not shopping because there's only one place they're going.
Exactly.
South Point, and
they will not shop. So that's stadium. The other thing.
Right.
So they can't. So basically, they say, "Well, what do you want?" and we'll pay it.
Or they lock in a contract and say we won't come back unless you pay, or unless we only have to pay X amount of dollars per game.
That's too much work for them.
Well, most of the contracts.
That's how it works.
Most of the contracts have if a 10-year contract, it'll include inflation. It's in that contract.
That is true.
Yes, to Don Harrington, they give out the total payouts. Yes, they do, I believe they need to get a entry form out. Deke is 100% right. With 50,000 people, there should be a sponsorship.
Come on, they have Bud every year, and Storm and Brunswick, and I don't really know how much money they're spending.
They've got to be able to get
something.
How can they
not get?
It's on their expense sheet. It shows you.
They got $30.
Where all their lines of money are going, right? But exactly, there's
Don.
there
Yep, they
should
do have
be
a contract. Yes.
much more sponsorship. Just same with the PBA.
It's too much work.
They have to get sponsors in order to make money.
I was typing it out in our podcast chat earlier, and I don't know if I sent it or not. How in a year's time you're telling me you can't get sponsors showing how many people show up at this event?
Right.
How could you possibly not get sponsors?
I 100% agree. You're telling them there's
just to have the names plastered all over the whole hotel.
Yep.
For that whole period of time.
Yeah, I mean,
and again, it's not just the bowlers. Anybody
that's what I'm saying. You've got 50,000 bowlers.
How do you know we don't know that South Point doesn't sponsor it?
Well, they might, but they're also getting paid. So
yeah,
do they get paid?
They have to get paid. That's how it works.
How do you know they don't give it all back?
Kyle's phone died.
Oh no.
All right. You just got me. You just got me. For
now
right
it's just Austin. You don't want to see our face anyway.
Don says they won't give out P&L for USBC. Does it mean paid in licensing?
No, profit and loss.
Oh.
I don't think we want to know that. I think
I was just, I was wondering.
But the other thing,
how did your phone die if it's plugged in?
I don't know.
That plug doesn't work.
Keep talking. Go ahead.
So the whole 60-year-old, once you turn 60, it doesn't matter whether you're a pro or whether you're on Team USA. Not that any 6-year-olds are on Team USA that I think of, but
they're senior Team USA.
Yeah, but they're just saying like, hey,
see, that's what Don
now
said.
that you're 60 years old, years old, we don't care. Bowl whoever you want. I just don't see how that could, are you saying that once they turn 60, they're not competition anymore?
I mean, I can see where the 60 makes a difference because you're 60.
Well, yeah, but
it's tougher to bowl, tougher to get going, traveling stuffer.
I don't know. I just find it.
I mean, maybe if Chris Barnes is 60 and he beats me badly, which he probably would.
Fair.
But I will say that Don Harrington is correct. I would think South Point gets paid by degenerate gamblers like me. I bet you that's what it really comes down to. I bet you they probably either sponsor it or they give a super cheap rate because we have, it's probably what's actually happening. They're probably getting paid by the gamblers, so they have a pretty cheap rate. I mean, look at the drinks though. $2.50 for freaking Bloody Marys from 6 a.m. to 12.
You're talking about South Point?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They give
us a lot.
South Point prices and stuff is I will never stay on the strip again. When we go.
Yeah. I mean, it was good.
But then you go but then you go to Reno and stuff. And although
we were good at Reno.
El Dorado was really good to
Everybody
the bowlers.
Was very good to us.
But I'm saying just the city and stuff and getting there, just the travel. And we've beat this horse pretty dead, but
I'm taking the train.
But we've traveled there and it costs a minimum $800 per person to fly there and back. So it's just horrible to get there.
There you go. Deke's got a good idea. Have Ford, Chevy, Dodge give a vehicle to anybody who shoots 300.
Anyone.
That requires
there's 2,300s, well, depending on the year, but there's 5 to 10 300s a year. That's a lot of vehicles.
That requires them to actually
that requires
make
Ford,
them
Dodge, or Chevy
hot.
to have a sponsorship deal.
But I agree, having a sponsorship deal there, park a truck right in the middle of the concourse, right by
big enough,
right by the horse arena, or when you're at
Dude,
the
they
convention
could-
center.
They could
like,
double it.
They
They
could
could
park
double
a
it.
truck inside of where we all sit and get ready and listen to the speech
Yeah.
and the brackets. That truck could be sitting right in the front.
Well,
Yep.
I'm just saying. I mean, why even do it there? Why wouldn't you do it on the way up? Because then you just partner with the rodeo that's there when you're there.
Yep.
You put a few of them in
There
line.
is usually always a rodeo
Yeah.
or a horse
Yeah.
show
You
or
put it,
something.
and they drive trucks.
Yeah.
So, and there you could put a different type of lineups for everybody. You know, you got your small car, your mid-sized car, your large car, and
so
maybe put whatever you got else.
So when are we going to pitch to USBC that we should be the ones contracting sponsorships?
when they pay me.
please.
But no, that's a good idea. I think that people. I'm sure, and the beer companies have to.
Bud usually always sponsors. I'm just telling you. That's
What does
true.
that mean, though?
I have no idea, but they're always up there sponsoring.
Well, my question is, why aren't we in the know abouts? Because technically, as a open organization, shouldn't they be like? I don't care about emails.
They are a nonprofit
Sponsors.
organization. You can go on their website and you can look up their tax reports every year.
Listen, I don't mean that, but I mean as people who go bowl and do this.
You want to know who sponsors them?
Yeah, why aren't there like, hey, look I get emails about bowling balls. Why don't I get emails about, hey, these guys are going to go sponsor the bowlers?
Yeah,
Support
USBC
these
is
businesses.
sending emails out for Motive and whoever else.
Why are we doing? Hey, the Bud Light's going to sponsor our national event. Make sure to check out the Bud Light stand when you get there. And why isn't there a Bud Light
True.
stand? Hey, Chevy's going to sponsor us this year. Make sure you check out their lineups. Plus, go see the stands before you get there to go check out their 2025 highlight a car, highlight the lineup or whatever it is.
Right.
Even like,
Why aren't they doing that so we know?
why don't they have the freaking egg? The freaking
The sphere?
The sphere, yeah. Why don't they have the sphere throw a sponsorship in? You're right in Vegas.
I can understand
It could
that.
be literally anyone. Name a thing that could sponsor it, and
Jeffrey Dahmer.
that's the weirdest thing anyone has ever said. I'm just
Deke,
saying.
we'll never forget you, Deke.
Anybody, any company, name a company, and they could sponsor. They could.
We could find a reason.
You could talk.
Altamont Chimney Sweep.
You could talk about this, or you could do what you're saying about any
I know,
large
but what
corporation.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that
Multi-state
they
organization.
don't do that though.
I get it. Yes.
Like we don't get I get emails about bowling balls. Listen,
Right.
I don't need emails about bowling balls. As a bowler, I know what's going on.
Yep.
Like, and plus, I feel like that's kind of like I think Austin said that doesn't work. That one. That's the
that's
X
fine.
one
No,
out.
It's fine.
But I don't understand why you're sending us that. And also, as a person who runs the sport rules, you shouldn't be marketing the bowling balls. I don't think. I think that's kind of a
that's a whole nother topic
That
that
is
we've talked
wild.
about. But
like that's weird. So
yeah,
why don't we just know like, hey, these guys are going to sponsor. Make sure you go check them out because
Mhm.
everybody's got or like cars, like everything was said. There's beer everywhere. Why don't you go? Put that out there to everybody. I think that would be better off. And plus, they probably don't market enough. That's probably why they don't get the sponsorships that they need because they don't put in the effort.
Well, that's probably guaranteed.
I can't speak to whether or not they put the effort in. We don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have somebody working really hard to try to get sponsorships.
We know that
And
they don't.
Do you know that
Come
person
on, Kyle.
personally, Kyle?
I said maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
just going to say they don't.
Well, I'm going to because they haven't got a sponsor yet that I know of. So they aren't
Bud,
doing a very good job.
Storm, Brunswick.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, but those could be sponsorships through contract deals with South.
Which I don't even care about that. I'm saying there has to be a way to. There's 50,000 people coming plus some spouses. So let's say 75,000 people, and let's not forget kids. If the kids go, regardless, let's say there's 75,000 people.
You got to
going
market
there.
that Bud to the kids, man.
Not even the kids, but I'm just saying you have so many eyes on it.
Be shotgun and Capri Suns early.
Well, I'm just saying you guys can make fun of me. I'm just saying that
No, I agree.
they don't email us about sponsors that they get for their national events. Well, they don't get, I don't know. I just think that they don't get sponsors because they don't do it right. They don't get it out to the people. They send bowling ball emails instead out. They think that's more important.
Yeah, but they've been paid for.
Whatever.
They got paid for that one.
That was a sponsored ad.
Yeah, they got paid for that one. That's
Exactly.
what it is. They don't care about the bowler necessarily. That's strong words by me, but
But that's the same thing that could be said for literally every tournament.
no,
Right.
not true.
Yes,
No.
that the bowler carries the prize fund for
course.
most 95% of tournaments.
Of course. In my
That's
events,
what I'm saying.
that's why I'm trying to get sponsors for our events. I try my best to get something at least to try to boost it up a little bit.
I hear you. I'm just saying that the same. I know that the USBC is a much bigger organization, kind of.
They are.
But what I'm saying is, it's just like every other tournament that could have a sponsor to help boost the prize fund.
I just disagree.
Including the PBA.
I disagree with. Oh well, so you're not talking local. You're talking.
I'm talking
national.
every single tournament, every single one.
Yeah, but also local events is harder because there's listen. The USBC has a freaking database of all of our emails and addresses. Now, I'm not saying send me mail because I will kill you, but emails.
That's on a recorded line.
Not IRL.
But emails, like you have a freaking. You have. What is it? 1 million people are in the USBC close to now.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say 1 million people. You have almost 1 million emails. You're telling me that's worth nothing to these companies?
You're trying to have them sell our data?
Are you not allowed to do that?
No. He's trying to. That's what it sounds like, which is hilarious. But
no,
I
I'm
think
saying
what he's trying to get at is
the USBC's got the list.
The USBC could send out the letterhead with the sponsor on.
Yep, I got you.
Basically, that's what I mean. Like that's not worth anything to somebody.
USBC can't give email addresses.
All right, whatever. Listen.
Oh, they can. They can sell it.
Well, yeah, they're not supposed to.
How much do you think that's worth? $5 million? $5 an email?
Who knows?
Well, I'm just saying.
It's in the bar, Matt. The food is in the bar.
I just don't understand, and Deke is right that's why the PBA is still paying nothing for a win because they're too lazy to get sponsorship. And when it falls in their laps, they still find a way to mess it up. Hint, hint.
And that's another thing too that Deke just brought up, that it costs the bowling center money.
That was Don.
Was it Don? Sorry.
Yep.
Don. Yeah, it costs the bowling center money. That's a regional or 50 event. That's 2,500. You want a tour stop? You've got to multiply that by 10.
I think it was 30.
Yeah. It's a $30,000.
I thought
fee.
last time I looked at it.
So thank you to those.
Zero of that
centers,
goes to the prize fund. Are you kidding me? Got to make sure you pay for those entries.
Surprising.
Well, yeah, then 10%. I think it's 10% of or $10 or 10% of our actual entry also goes to the PBA. And then plus our membership goes to the PBA.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
so not only do
we gotta
they
pay for those 4 Bull TV cameras.
50 PBA 50 tour stop is about 15,000. Okay, that's interesting. I think the national, like not the 50, the younger guys are a little bit more, but
it's 30.
That's what I read last time I looked. Maybe I was incorrect, but
no,
could have changed.
It's been 30 for a long time.
I'm just saying, and Don's right. Zero that goes. I mean, it's just the whole kit and caboodle. Basically, it's a pyramid scheme.
But what could why would a bowling center have any incentive to hold a regional? Like, it costs $2,500 and then
draw attention to their center.
The only way you could really do it is if you had a pro-am, but Glens Falls doesn't even have a pro-am.
Even still, it's like, what are you going to make, a few $100 off that? Maybe
you just
1,000?
get your money. You're just trying to get your money back.
I guess.
At that point,
that and notoriety.
But then you're losing your whole business for a day too.
2 days.
Well,
you can't have bowlers in there for finals.
I guess you're
or you
right.
can't have a bowling in there.
I guess
during
that's
finals.
what you. I guess you. I mean, you want it during your slow time of the year, which is why we don't have anything in the Northeast from December until
basically now until the spring.
April. Yeah, like they completely.
There's 1 or
cut
2
out.
left, right?
Yeah. What up, Mister? Oh man,
what up?
What's going on, Matt?
Don't even get me started.
You went fishing today.
I don't even. I know. I don't even want to get started.
You'll have to rewatch the episode. We dug into the new USBC Nationals rules.
But maybe now he'll start to bowl in it again since they eased up on the PBA rule and the Team USA rule and the college rule. Let me just say, the college rule, as I said from the beginning, if you're a collegiate bowler, you're not allowed to bowl with a PBA bowler or whatever, I think is the dumbest thing they could have done, because there's like 10 or 20 really good college bowlers, and then there's 1,000 other ones that are just regular bowlers like the rest of us.
And we were talking about that with like the juniors too. I mean, some of those juniors are about to be in college, and you could say the older of those are just as good as the collegiate bowlers.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is they're just not in the same caliber as a PBA bowler, nor should they be treated in their designation as such. You know what I mean? Like, just because they bowl in college doesn't make them some great bowler.
Why not?
It just doesn't.
Why not?
Yeah, but
Because
I mean in the same aspect, just because
there's
for a
50
PBA
or 60
membership doesn't-
elite bowlers in the world that are designated as PBA bowlers, and there's 1,000 collegiate bowlers that are not elite. That's all I'm saying. No offense to the collegiate bowlers, but they're just not on the same level, so they shouldn't be treated the same way. They shouldn't be designated the same.
We did watch TJ Rock bowl with the team out there this year. Remember, he went to Wichita, made the TV show, Players Championship, even though he's not allowed to be a PBA member. Wow, that's weird. Whoops, did I throw that in there? We watched
You don't have to be a member to bowl.
Yeah, you don't have to be a member of the PBA Players Championship.
Oh, for the Players Championship. Sorry, I forgot about that.
You
Yeah.
don't have to have a tour win.
Yeah.
Anyways, we watched him bowl.
Yeah. And?
Wasn't very good. I mean, not saying he's bad, but it just wasn't good.
Anyway.
Is Mr. Ogle laughing at my words? Yeah. Let's go. We had a whole rant on that. It's a bad day for me.
Anyway, I think most of the changes are, in my opinion, positive. Oh, and then they changed the average for most people that haven't read it.
Oh, so let's make our division smaller. Is that what it was?
The regular division is now smaller.
Good. So all the extra money we're putting into it makes up for all the players we're losing. Oh, that makes so much sense. That's why they're charging me more money.
And the standard division is now even bigger. The biggest division is now even bigger.
So good. So my idea makes more sense now.
But I
put
will
everybody
say,
in the regular division and pay it out on a different, like a sub event.
But I will say, as far as the averages go, I always said 175 or 171, whatever it was.
What is it now?
It's 181 or 182.
That's like 210.
It's got to be 181.
That's like 210, isn't it, on the house shot?
Maybe 200, 210. But like 170 is just super low, in my opinion. So I think it makes sense to raise it up, but they made the standard division huge now because I think it's like 161 to 181.
Well, technically,
roughly.
I think the classified division would be the biggest. That's 0 to 160.
Joey, if you're watching, look out. Fazone just came in specifically for your cinnamon rolls, so you better hide those things.
Smoked pork belly cinnamon rolls.
Not the first time we've mentioned this on the podcast.
Nope,
They're delicious, though.
I believe we were talking about the biggest division would be
standard.
No, classified.
No.
Yeah, it's 162 pins.
Standard is
0 to 160.
I know, but standard is always the highest amount of bowlers.
It was a joke.
Okay, sorry.
Like, because technically regular would be the biggest. It would be like 184 to 300.
You're such an idiot.
I just like to bust your stones. Gate your 206 at nationals.
That's
I'm
good.
proud of you.
Yes, but
I am not.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
That's inside. Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm just saying, Kyle.
Anyway.
Let's make the best division, the most prestigious division, the smallest. Take away the money, and then make us pay more.
Take away,
but
the
then
money.
take away. Oh, not take away money. Yeah, take away money. They're taking away money because they're making the other division bigger. Then you're making us pay more money to get it back. But if they raise the expenses, then there's actually less money in our division. So it's a less of a reason to go. So
we're gonna have to review this when they actually drop the.
I'm just saying
the money breakdown.
I'm just saying. I mean, if they raise the expenses, then
who knows?
We're actually losing money.
They might have made it better somehow.
Maybe they'll get a sponsor.
Who knows?
Maybe they'll try.
Kyle, send a very mildly tempered email about sponsorships.
I'm sure Kyle already has. Guaranteed. Have you sent an email to the USBC about anything yet?
Have you not got sponsors yet?
I don't send emails to people.
No.
All right, guys. It is time for us to go bowling.
I just had the creepiest laugh of all time because I was laughing. That was great, dude.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Thank you guys for chatting with us tonight.
Hold on a second.
Whoa.
You can't do this yet.
Okay, go ahead. What's the matter?
We got a challenge tonight.
What's the challenge?
Austin versus Kyle. Who has the higher set? And what's the set? Who's when they win? Who wins? And what is their 4-game set? Right?
Sure.
And if you win, we'll send you a T-shirt paid for by
that
me.
Back?
Yeah. You just gotta put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the. I'll have to put a post out or something.
Yeah. You better do it. We only got 45 minutes to go.
45 minutes.
45 minutes to get your guess.
Your math sucks.
And don't forget, if you want to send in a reel of you throwing a ball to have us live react and go over your swing,
Could be good, could be bad. I
Send
will
it
say
to
anything.
Send it to the instant.
Your
Grams.
nephew says he beats Kyle. That's strong words.
That's not your nephew. That's your brother.
Yeah. Joey says he beats Kyle.
Oh,
the young Joey,
little Joey, JD3.
Hey,
wow.
listen,
Okay.
he's under my wing.
I told him
tonight.
to put his money where his mouth was.
He's
last
under
night.
my wing.
Whoa! Here we go.
You better watch out, Kyle.
Yeah, he's going to destroy the lane though.
Yeah, and the real question is, which one of the three of us, me, you, and Nick,
Wait,
are gonna
Austin-
be able to get around?
Austin
it?
doesn't destroy lane. Neither does Nick. You're screwed. You might as well bowl. What pair are you guys bowling on tonight?
9 and 10.
Oh, you better bowl at 7-8. You look like the pros out there tonight. They'd be scorched.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Check out the Etsy shop. You can email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. And like Austin said, if you guys want us to make fun of you bowling, just kidding. No, but seriously, send those to our Instagram at downlanebowling. Thank you guys for chatting with us tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. And thanks, Deke,
Kyle
for
by
always having my
35.
back. Kyle by
Wow.
35.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick. Nick Harris.
Was he in the? Was
No.
he in the competition?
No, he wasn't.
I'm on another level tonight.
All
Let's go.
right, guys. Good show tonight.
Cool.
Well done.
Went swell. Besides the camera freezing.
Camera
for
shutting
30
down.
minutes.
Sorry, guys. Kyle's battery was low, and he put
That's
it.
right.
in
Dude,
one
I
port
was
that has
gonna
an X
ask
on it.
you if it was dying because I saw it start to get laggy.
I don't know what the deal is.
No, dude, that has an X on that
No,
port.
you're not. You're wrong.
Thank you
Anyway.
to Jack Scaccia.
Thank you to
the
Jack Scaccia, proprietor of Town and Country Lanes. Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Jam bread.
We will see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.